Aerotank Giant from Kanger Tech. Let's have a look. Alright guys, welcome back for another review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Aerotank Giant from Kanger Tech. Just before I get started on this and how great of a vape this tank is, I'd just like to thank Sean down at hazevapeco, hazevapeco.com, for making this available for purchase for me. I asked him to hold on to one. These things are flying off the shelves. He hooked me up with this one big time. So shout out to Sean at hazevapeco. Hazevapeco is a site based out of Canada, Calgary, Alberta to be specific. Sean has a local pickup counter here in Calgary where you can either order off his site or just go have a visit and have a good conversation with Sean down at hazevapeco. But his prices on his site are very, very competitive, especially with another Canadian based website which will be unnamed at this moment for that. But yeah, let's check out the Kanger Aerotank Giant. Let's have a vape. ZNA 30, another review coming up. Takes a little while to fire up. So you can see the vapor production on this tank with the airflow, which I have wide open, is very, very good. From a person who uses RDAs all the time, coming from this to, or coming from my fogger down to this, is really been a good experience for me. I think Kanger really hit it off with the Aerotank Giant. This thing is, I will tell you, I haven't dropped it too many times. I have dropped it once or twice, and this thing is durable. This thing will take a hit and get back up and keep hitting just as hard as it ever was. This device is made of 304 stainless steel all the way around except for its glass tank and its O-rings. Very good design as far as I'm concerned. This one seems like maybe a new design for Kanger Tech for the airflow. The airflow in this, when we get down to the up and close with this, as soon as I'm done vaping this e-liquid, because I can't waste e-liquid. According to Kanger Tech, this is a new airflow design. When we go into the up and close, I'll show you guys a diagram I've written up how I believe the airflow works in this device. You can, if you have one of these and take it apart, or maybe you can see in the up and close how the airflow works. The juice capacity on this tank, according to Kanger Tech, is 4.5 milliliters. Now, I do not have a syringe to measure the amount of juice that is in this tank, but very soon I will be acquiring one of those, because I just like to see, especially with these tank reviews, if they're being accurate with their description. I'm sure they are, but yeah, I think Kanger really hit it off with this one for sure. Alright guys, let's go into the up and close. We'll get a little bit more detailed look at this tank. Alright, your Aerotank Giant from Kanger Tech should come, and it's nice, very nice box. Lots of unboxing value here for sure. So you can see on the front it does display through a clear plastic window the actual Aerotank Giant. On the front we've got Aerotank for life, newly designed coil unit using our latest technology. Aerotank Giant, clear atomizer series, stainless steel made, new airflow. On the front we have our Kanger Authenticity color change sticker. All you do for that is either apply heat or moisture, and the whole thing darkens right up, and then it'll start becoming lighter and lighter. So that's a nice new feature from Kanger as well. Also, we do have their original scratch and see authenticity card on the side. Now on the back of this box we have a quick start guide right off the bat. Fill tank before use, blah blah blah. Do not overfill the tank, allowing liquid to enter the center tube, of course, and then just a quick diagram right here of the mouthpiece, glass tank, dual coil, and the threaded base. Top of the box, Kanger. Bottom of the box is just kangertech.com, their patent number. Side is the Kangertech authenticity scratch sticker, and just some safety labeling, recycling, made in China, 18 plus. So let's get into this, guys. So inside our box we have this nice flap here which will open up, and also in the bottom of the box itself, or the sleeve, we have our instruction manual for the Aerotank Giant. Go ahead, open it up, gives you all the clear instructions you need, as well as a further breakdown of the tank itself. Alright, flip it open even further, replace dual coil, replace glass tube, problem solving. Oh, that's great that they've included a troubleshoot menu in that. I did not notice that when I first got this. On the back, open it up the other side, more troubleshooting. Congratulations on the purchase of your Kanger Aerotank Mega. So resistance is 1.8 ohms. Those are the stock coils that do come with this device. Obviously the product authenticity, the voltage range for this, optimum for this will be 3.5 to 5.5 volts. Alright, also comes with another direction card for your authenticity code, and also the new color change sticker. Alright, so what do we have in the box? So in the box we have our Aerotank Mega. We have our replacement tank ring and an extra coil. So that's it. There's nothing else inside of this box. Completely empty. We'll get rid of that. So I will be getting to this in just a minute. We'll place the coil off to the side, but let's go ahead and do a breakdown of the Aerotank Giant. So you can see we've got our Kangertech logo etched into the front of it there, our 510 connection with either a stainless steel or a silver plated copper connection. I'm not too sure on that. We've got a removable drip tip. Very nice appearance on that. So let's get into disassembling. First we'll remove our drip tip, then we'll just start by just unscrewing from the base. That's what we gotta do first. Unscrew from the base, remove. We've got our coil unit and the top of our tank. You can see inside of our tank we've got this kind of platform with 4 slotted holes, or 4 slots for filling with juice. I'm not too sure exactly why that was designed like that. I have a feeling that it's just for stability reasons, so that it's more durable. Go ahead and remove the top piece that holds our glass in place. Remove remove our glass. We have the base for the glass. Now we have our bottom unit here with our removable dual coil. We have our base right there. Now I have tried to separate these two because it does have an adjustable airflow ring in here for your choosing. Now you can see on my finger these gashes. Yeah, that's from trying to do this and try and remove these two pieces. I know these two pieces do screw together, but it's so tight right now because I've actually ended up tightening this and made this airflow ring a little bit stiffer, but no big deal. Actually, it needed to be a little bit stiffer because screwing on the tank, you'll actually end up twisting it and changing your airflow, thus having to change it while it's on your device. So there's our base with our airflow. Now this is supposed to be a new airflow design for Kanger or the Aerotank. I will get to that in just a minute, but let's get to our ring here. Now this is to replace our glass window with a completely stainless steel tank. Now if you do this, this tank is pretty much indestructible as far as I'm concerned. With this, yeah, you'll break the glass, but you know what? At least they gave you a replacement. If you break the glass, you throw in the stainless steel. No big deal. You can't see how much juice is in there. But this tank holds so much juice, you know, it's going to take you a little while to get through it. I burned through about a tank in probably about a day and a half. I'll go through a tank, which is a big relief for filling it anyway. So here is our stock coil. This is the 1.8 ohm dual coil. Now I want to talk about the coils just a little bit here. I've got a couple different ones. This is the 1.5 ohm Kanger coil, and it's got a slot. This one's got two holes. The bases are the same and tops are the same, just this part here is different. 1.8, 1.5. This is another 1.8, same design, two holes. This one right here is a 0.8 ohm coil, a sub ohm coil, but it's got the wicks, and it's also a dual coil setup. And then we have another 1.5 ohm coil here with the slot on the side, as you can see, instead of the two holes. And what do we have here? Oh, this is a 0.8 ohm coil with the slot on the side as well. So I mean, there is a bunch of different styles of these coils out there for you to choose from. Whether the ones I have are authentic Kanger products, I don't know. But we'll just go ahead and assemble this back up. This time we'll use our steel ring instead of our glass, so that involves putting our base or tank base on with the 4 holes in it. And the threads on this tank are just really smooth. Kanger always does a great job with their products in the manufacturing, always. So you can see there, we'll just line up the slots right there. See the inside of it. We'll go ahead, throw our top on, which is just on a threaded post. And tight. There you go. This thing looks like a little grenade. That's awesome. Now this tank is pretty much indestructible. I should send this to someone who can shoot it. That's an idea. Alright, there you guys go. So instead of our glass, we've got our steel tank on that one. Brilliant. Okay, now let's have a look at how I think the airflow works in this. Here's a little diagram that I just quickly whipped up within the last little bit here. About 10 minutes took me to do this. It's not very detailed. I'm sure there's probably things wrong with this. I have not included how this base of the tank This part of the base of the tank comes apart, separates from the two halves, releasing the adjustable airflow ring. So the way I think the airflow works on this device is it comes in through the 4 air hole slots on the side, then down into the base of the tank itself. Now in the base of the tank there is quite a bit of room down there between the coil and the spring-loaded pin for the coil, which when you screw this double coil in or dual coil in, it will hit this pin and adjust this pin out on the 510 connection, this being your 510 connection right here. Now, one very good design for the base of this tank is that the machining quality on this is very good. There are no machining lines in it. It's like glass on this surface right here, but it's slanted. It's slanted inwards, and then beside your coil are channels down to the wicking holes in the coil itself. So this tank is going to get almost every single drop of juice out of it, and the slanted design keeps it all slanted towards the coil and to the wicking holes in the coil. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys that up close, just in case you can't see it on the base of this. I'll just give you guys another close look, but you can see how that's all slanted in like that. And then when you remove your coil, that pin down there is actually spring-loaded. Let's see if I can get something down there to show you guys, maybe an actual coil itself. You can see how that pin is spring-loaded, which I don't see the use for that other than keeping connectivity or keeping a connection on the base of this coil. But what I'm not getting, well, what I don't understand about these Kanger products, well, I guess what it is when they have these same coils, all these coils have the same airflow as far as I'm concerned on them. It's all dependent on which tank or which device you're putting these coils into, will determine what kind of airflow you're getting. But as far as I can tell by my observations, is that these coils are only ever going to have a maximum amount of airflow that will go through them, just because of the size of the base of the coil, that hole down there. So unless Kanger changes their design again with the base and the airflow through the actual coil itself, the airflow is going to stay. There's only going to be a maximum level of airflow that will be able to pass through these coils. But Kanger really made a really good jump with the dual coils, or the dual coil throwaway coil for sure. I haven't tried to rebuild one of these, but I've had a look. I've torn one down, and the coils are actually stacked on top of each other, and that's a pretty good design, I think, too. But when firing them, because I've cleaned these out and replaced the wick, not on this style with the holes, but on let's see if I have one here. Yes. Now this must have been version 1 of the dual coils, where it has the silica poking out of the side of it. I can't remember where I got these coils. Maybe it was Redux, or maybe it was online at a site I won't name. But yeah, there you guys go. Okay, let's go back out to FaceTime. I'll show you guys this tank on a couple different devices. Guys, go. We got a little up close look at the Kanger Aerotank Giant. Now, I've gone ahead and filled this. I didn't show you guys how to fill it. Apparently, it holds 4.5 mils of e-juice or e-liquid. Pretty self-explanatory on the filling, so I didn't do that in the up and close. I did measure the glass. The glass is 2 mils thick. Now I'm going to measure the stainless steel ring that comes with it as well. We'll just go ahead and zero out my micrometer. and 2 mils again. So we've got a 2 mil stainless steel ring. And just remember, this tank is very durable. I mean, you go ahead and you make the combination of the stainless steel ring on there, and you've got yourself, you know, just an indestructible tank. And the airflow on this is, it's a lot better than my Nautilus Mini. That's definitely a for sure. Like, I even have my Nautilus right here right now, just for some reason on my ohm tester. So if the Aerotank Giant was 100%, the Nautilus Mini would be 60% less airflow than the Aerotank Giant. So I mean, with those 5 gigantic air holes, 5 gigantic air holes in there, not quite, they're probably about a 1 mil airflow on that, but you can see the adjustment on that covers or hides more or less. The airflow is only on one side of the tank. There is not another open slot on that adjustable airflow. Alright, now that it's all out of focus, so we'll go ahead and vape on my favorite VIP e-juice at the moment right now, which is the Mystery Mix. Now, this was just a tester from VIP. It's now called Ambrosia on the VIP site. So let's go ahead, have a vape. Gotta wait for the ZNA to fire up. So that's the 1.8 ohm coil that is, well, that came with the device. Me right now, personally, I'm either using the sub-ohm 1.8 ohm coil or the standard 1.5 ohm coil. The 1.5 ohm coil has worked the best for me so far as flavor and vapor goes. So I'll just go ahead, I'll show you guys what this tank looks like on some other devices. Obviously you've seen it on the ZNA. This is the King mod, which I've got an upcoming review for. This is the 26650 King mod, which I would never use on this device unless I had a 26650 Kick, which I don't think they make right now. So that's what it looks like. The mod's a little bit wider than the actual tank itself, just because of the gnarled edges on this right now. But I do believe the tube itself is actually, if this top cap wasn't here, that it would be completely flush. So you can count on this fitting flush on your 26650 devices. And just for shits and giggles, we'll do this. We'll stick it on an Ego battery and see what it looks like without a beauty ring. So there you go. I mean, yeah, don't be placing this down on a table. I think this thing's like a mace. This thing, you could defend yourself with this thing, especially if you had the stainless steel tank on the Aerotank Giant. We'll go ahead, stick it on everybody's favorite at the moment, the IPv2. And there you go. That's what we're looking at for width on the IPv2. We got quite a bit of overhang, but you know what? It's doable. I have used it for about a week solid with the IPv2. No issues whatsoever. Little top heavy. This is the Panzer mechanical mod. This is a 23mm device. So a little bit, but getting better. Not as good as the 26650, obviously. That's our Panzer. And we have our MVP version 2 with a beauty ring. You can see there. So not too bad. So what do I think of this device? Or this tank, sorry. Or atomizer, clear miser, whatever it may be. I use this every day. This is my everyday tank now because it's almost indestructible. I mean, I've dropped it a couple times, had no issues with any kind of glass cracking or chipping. I dropped it so hard that the drip tip came out, and I mean, it's not very easy to pull this drip tip out. I mean, it holds the tank, and I haven't had any leaking issues, flooding issues with this whatsoever. Have had a little bit of e-juice come out of the airflow, but as far as I'm concerned, it was just condensation, and the actual base of this unit did not fill up and get gurgling and stuff like that. So if you want to get one of these, I think you can pick them up right now at hazevapeco.com, where Sean would be more than happy to sell you one of these. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever it may be. Expect some more reviews soon.